What's poppin', y'all? I wanted to have this conversation probably last week when this came out, but it wasn't pressing news in comparison to a lot of other stuff that's been going on. And it's Lupe Fiasco giving his take on someone asking him who's the better rapper, Drake or Kendrick Lamar. So it's important to give context to this because people will say, oh man, why is he saying this out of nowhere? He's not saying this out of nowhere. Someone asked him this question on a Twitter space. And it was another rapper that asked him this question too. I think it was a battle rapper. Now, to address another point, which people will say, oh man, yeah, he's one of those people that apologized to Kendrick Lamar. We got to get rid of that narrative. A lot of people that apologized to Kendrick Lamar were just tweaking out, and Kendrick had nothing to do with it. He never said anything to them initially, and he never said anything to them afterwards. So they just realized like, damn, I was kind of tripping. Or they got a bunch of backlash and had their words misconstrued. In this case, Lupe Fiasco, he had his words misconstrued. He had always shown a lot of love to Kendrick Lamar in general, but when they asked him his rapping ability, like skill, he said he's not as up there as people portray him to be. And I believe this was on a Hot 97 Rosenberg and Ebro interview many years ago, probably 2015, if I'm remembering correctly. I'm pretty sure I'm on the money with that. So it happens again. Everyone's giving their own comments. Lupe Fiasco is an elite rapper, arguably best rapper ever. When it comes to skill, when it comes to bars, when it comes to writing, when it comes to straight lyricism, yes, undoubtedly. And there's a bunch of people that try to make fun of this take when they haven't listened to his discography. And if you're one of those people, kindly sit down and shut up. That's it. Just don't give your opinion. Just close your mouth and open your ears and just listen to other people talk. Because if you're giving opinions without ever having combed through someone's work, I don't know what to tell you. So he gives his own analysis and he says Drake is the better rapper. I'll play you guys the clip first.
Drake or Kendrick?
Drake
is a better rapper than Kendrick. Do you like? Okay, so is it by a long shot?
Not really. Drake got bars, which
Okay.
And you know that. So I ain't capping when I say
for sure.
Right. So I would give it to Drake. I think Kendrick's a better technically skilled performer, but I don't think he's a better rapper.
Performer.
Yeah, that's a difference.
So okay, so you ain't never heard Kendrick and felt like he was one of the most
like he was what?
Like
you cut up,
he was one of the most dangerous rappers?
No.
So Kendrick puts no.
You ain't never felt that?
Yes, I have. I felt he was very dangerous.
You felt like he was dangerous to you?
I felt like Kendrick Lamar still to this day. He's very surgical with words. Absolutely.
Dangerous to dangerous to you.
Well, no, I don't think none of y'all dangerous to me. Like you.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. So that's my sentiment.
Yeah, I'm saying as far as like.
Because if that was the case, you think he'd be dangerous to you, but he's not dangerous to you. I know he's not dangerous to you.
So,
I know that.
So is he dangerous to you? Because I'm way more ahead of you though.
You way more ahead of me?
And skill? Boy, you ain't crazy.
Skill sets?
For sure.
Okay. Who else believe that?
I do.
Who else believe that A-Verb is a better rapper than Lupe Fiasco?
Yeah, a lot of motherfuckers. Why wouldn't we?
Let's do the count.
What you mean count? You want to take a poll on it or something?
Take the poll.
So you guys heard that. He said, oh, Drake is the better rapper. And I don't know if I completely agree with this. I will say that. But it's important to get the perspective of elite rappers. Now, some people say, well, Eminem said Joyner Lucas is up there with whoever else. Joyner Lucas has bars, and this is the problem that people have. I wouldn't put Joyner Lucas up there, just giving you my opinion, because I know some dunces will be like, oh, well, he's agreeing with Eminem. No, I wouldn't put Joyner Lucas up there, but you got to understand the conclusions that people come to. So people say, I don't like Joyner Lucas's music, therefore he can't be a great rapper. That's not how that works at all. There are objective metrics and kind of identifiers of an actual skilled technical rapper, lyricist. Now, if you're saying, no, this isn't the conversation that we're having, well, then what conversation are we having? Because when it comes to music and putting together concepts and executing on those concepts, Lupe Fiasco said Kendrick Lamar is amazing at that. Probably there aren't many people better than him at that. And he even said, I believe, that he's better than Drake at that. When it comes to a concept album, does Drake have any that are better than Kendrick Lamar's? Debatable. But most entirely of Kendrick Lamar's work is that. And that's a difficult task in and of itself, which is why which is why Lupe Fiasco was talking about, hey, there are tons of battle rappers that I know that I would put above most mainstream rappers when it comes to bars and rapping and lyricism and punchlines and all this other stuff. But that's a different skill from actually making the music. So him saying that Drake is the better rapper doesn't mean that he's saying Drake makes better music than Kendrick Lamar or Drake is a better artist than Kendrick Lamar. but that's what people are hearing in their ears because, well, they're not listening completely and they're not getting the full context, and they're probably just reading off of a headline and a clip that's taken out of context. But I'm just giving you the full context here. The thing that people overrate, though, is the ability to execute in a back and forth rap beef. That's something that we haven't seen Kendrick Lamar do. So for people to gas him up in the way that they are, I think it's doing too much. We've seen Drake go back and forth a bunch of different times, and we've seen that he can hold his own, and he's good. He's good at it. Even though he lost the Pusha T beef, the tracks that he dropped were hard. We've seen Tory Lanez and Joyner Lucas went back and forth with each other. Now, it wasn't like actual beef. It was just rap beef. And it's funny because there's a situation that DaBaby was talking about where some lyricist rapper wanted to create some fake beef with them so they could go back and forth. And everybody's saying it's Joyner Lucas. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was. But circling back to the point, we've seen Tory Lanez and Joyner Lucas do that. We've seen a bunch of rappers. We've seen Rick Ross do it. We've seen 50 Cent do it. We have not seen Kendrick Lamar do it. So this whole like treating Kendrick Lamar like, oh, he's about to eviscerate anybody, I don't have that expectation. He dropped Control, which was, that's the last thing that people talk about. It's Control and this. And if you guys remember, it was on like Family Ties. Was that the, no, I think it was the other song, not Family Ties. But it was a song with Baby Keem where he says, like, smoking on your top 5. That was, like, the first of the beginning of the unraveling that he was coming at Drake. Maybe even J. Cole at the time. But Control, he dropped a couple of names, and then when people asked him, oh, what's up with that? He's like, yeah, you know, it's just good fun. I'm not trying to go back and forth with any of these people. It's very, hey, what are you doing? What's the point of this? Are you trying to stir up competition? You're calling out these people by name, which he did on the Control verse, and then he dipped. He's never had actual smoke with people rap beef-wise. And that's a completely different arena than making music. It's like a battle rapper. They are trained, and they train themselves to compete in a public crowd, a live crowd, going at somebody that's an adversary. If you take that battle rapper and say, hey, you need to create an album that's going to compete with the quality of, let's say, I don't know, Travis Scott, all these other people that create great albums, the guy's going to be lost. He's going to be like a fish out of water. Like, yo, what are you talking about? How do I even do this? That's how I look at Kendrick Lamar getting into beef, because he's dropped, like the Like That remix was good. He gave a couple of bars to Drake. Like I said, I gave praise to the song. But let's not act like Kendrick Lamar has been practicing battling people. At least with Meek Mill, we could say he was originally a battle rapper. Kendrick Lamar, that's not his history. Maybe he listened to some battle rap. Maybe he, was close to some of them, but he didn't participate. We don't know his involvement in it. Drake is actually, we've seen him go back and forth, like I said. But this guy is also obsessed with battle rap. This guy's showing up to battle rap events. He's fans of these guys. He studies these guys. And that's where I think Lupe Fiasco is coming at it from. He's like, yo, Drake really, really raps. And he has the skill set necessary to go back and forth with somebody. And we've seen that with him drop 2 tracks in, like 3-4 days of each other, or less than a week. And Kendrick Lamar is just trying to create some art piece, which is his strength. But if you're going to kick off a rap battle, a rap beef, whatever you want to call it, you better be ready to deliver. And I'm just indifferent. I don't have an expectation. Like Kendrick Lamar stands, I think the problem is their expectation is way too high, and Kendrick Lamar may not be able to live up to it. So that's the context that I think Lupe Fiasco is trying to give to this whole thing, and people just call it hate when it's really not hate. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. Like and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you for watching. Peace.